Hello there, YouTube subscribers. Today is a Motormouth Mall modulator install for John down in Georgia. And hey, John, I appreciate you letting me have all this time on this thing. We knew it was going to be a project. It's been about 6 months now, and patience is a virtue, that's for sure, man. I still got a couple things to button up on it, but this is just a preliminary to show you some of the insides here. I got your real nice supply unit here. That's a switcher, 30 amps. 30 volts at 5 amps. Plenty big enough for what we're doing here. The Darlington that you sent me just wasn't hitting off on a lot, so I'd done some modifications here over what I had talked to Mr. Motormouth Mall about. But let me give you a little rundown of the inside of this thing, and then the last end of this video will be everything buttoned up. But right now we've got it tapped into your radio. It's all tapped in. I'm going to do the switch in here so you'll be able to do sideband still with the radio. I haven't done that yet. I haven't done the cap changes so you can receive hi-fi, but this is just a preliminary look at what you got. Of course, this is power on and off, and you got to give it a second. It'll shut down. If you want it to shut down quicker, you just key it up. But power on and off, fused, everything's Farad beaded, try to keep any kind of noise out of it. 4-inch jacks like we discussed. Isolation transformer to 1-to-1, 600 ohm, 600 ohm. Cap on the input from your audio source, so whatever you're going to use, whether it's computer, iPad, rack gear, whatever, this will just help block any DC from going back through there. It doesn't hurt the audio at all. I changed over the Darlington to the Darlington I use, which ends up giving me a little bit more watts out the radio versus what you had sent me. The one you sent me, I couldn't get it to go above 2 watts dead key, and then it just had no swing at all. I mean, I was doing like maybe 5 peak, no bird swing. Fanned with heatsink on it, cooled. This is your voltage adjustment. So if you ever have to take the voltage, this thing will go clear all the way up to like 30.5. But I found that 26 seemed to be the best voltage for what we're loading here. I've tried all the different voltages. I didn't see any gain, any improvements. I don't know how well y'all can see this. I still got stuff all plugged up. But all your controls in the front, everything's hooked up. Modulator boards on standoffs down there, all bolted in. Like I said, all lines are Farad beaded, just to keep any kind of things to come out. The fan's on its own 12-volt regulator, bolted right there. Fan cooled. That's just to keep the fan blowing on the heatsink to keep this cooled down, because if you get long-winded, that does tend to get a little warm. I mean, even the older ones did the same thing. But this thing is, all I can say is badass, John. It's probably well worth your wait time. I know it's been here for a while. We appreciate you being patient and everything. I told you this was going to be a project, and project radios do take us long. That's just the natures of this type of work. Like the guys that send me up the Yaesu radios, I tell them straight up, any of that stuff, if it's a project, I get to it when I have time to get to it, because I mean we build amps, new amps. I mean we're into all kinds of stuff here, man, and it's hard to keep up with everybody and everything we're doing here. I mean, look at my shop. I'm loaded with boxes of stuff that needs to be done. Shelves are full. I mean, it looks like a slop madhouse in here, but that's just the way it is. Patience, man, patience. I got some people that just don't have patience, but hey, it is what it is. You'll get it when you get it. But like I said, this thing is pretty badass. I'm running a signal generator through it right now, and let me give you a little lowdown. As you see, it's not a real great reference signal right now, but I got it kind of low for a reason. Let me see if we can't. It's kind of hard to do anything with one hand, but we're going to leave it right there. And what I'm going to do is, on this thing is pretty badass. It'll pass 1600 hertz. Now, I got it on the 1600 right now. I'm going to hit play, and look at this sucker. I mean, that's 200% modulation, and it don't look bad. I mean, I could do some audio adjustments, but that thing is passing 1600. Now, you can't hear it on the receive radio in here. Let me go to 20. Take your radio to 20. You can't hear 1600 because the radio won't receive it. So let's back it down to about 10,000. Could have swore we could have heard 10,000, but alright guys, sorry about that. But what we got going on is it won't receive, that radio won't receive at 10K. It just won't do that. So I mean, if you had a receiver that will receive that high, then hey, that's great. But here you go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to juggle this with one hand, and there, you can barely hear it, like a little whine. Okay, and I mean, that thing is, there's some adjustments that I probably still have to do, and this is a preliminary, but as you see, and you go on down through the frequencies, and we'll get it, it's almost 1,000, and let's see, I'm going to run it up, it's 166, so it passes pretty good. You know, of course I've got to sit here and readjust the scope and everything for all the different settings, but I mean, this thing is really pretty cool. I am going to sit here and say that this is a little bit better designed than the older one. The watts are coming out of it. Everything is pretty cool. So, you know, and I'm only dead keying about a watt, and it's swinging about 12, I believe, on the peak. So, I mean, it's doing its thing, ain't no doubt. We'll be back with an update. Alright, here we go, man. Finished product. Got all the lids on, everything back on, man. So let me give you a little rundown of what we got going on here. Okay, on the back here, it's fused. Here's your cord, power cord. It's very long, so you can put this thing just about anywhere you want. It's probably about a 7-foot long cord. This one right here, straight to the radio. Plug it in. Just need a little short jumper for there. I'll have to talk to you, see if you want me to make you the jumper or not, John, but it plugs right in the back of the radio. This switch right here, I utilized it. Right now, it's in up position, and the up position is for the motor mouth mall modulator. And the down position is stock setup. You go straight through the microphone. Okay, that way you can still run sideband and all that good kind of stuff. Alright, now, I'm only going to utilize my iPad, which I'm pretty amazed this new modulator will run my iPad with no extra gadgets or anything needed. Just my SM58 mic. This is just a quick demo, and of course the iPad would plug in right here, and there you go. Now I'm going to set the phone down for a second so I can pick this unit up and turn it around. Actually, let me move the wire around. Trying to keep the wires from being dangled around. Alright, and here's the face of it. Have everything marked. Of course, that's your power switch, on and off. Carrier control, audio control, asymmetry control, okay? And then, of course, voltage meter to let you know what the voltage is set at. Powder-coated case. Took me a little time to find this guy, but it's all powder-coated. Let's see. I'll kind of flip it. Rubber feet on the bottom, so you can set this right on top of your radio. Don't have to worry about it doing any damage to the surface of the radio. It's definitely the rubber feet keep it up high enough from where I put the screws in at the bottom to mount stuff. Alright, and then there you go, that's on. Switches up. We've got this on, and then basically you just you adjust it at where you need it. So, let's see, I'm going to set the phone down for a second and do a quick adjustment here. Hello, 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 hello. 1, 2, check. Alright, let me see. Oh, I guess it works so much better when you plug your iPad in. Give me 1 minute, let me, where am I at? I didn't plug my cord in. Just give me a second, let me get this all hooked up. Alright guys, back on John's Connex Saturn CX33 with the Motor Mouth Mall install. Got everything set up, got the iPad plugged in now. So we're good to go, man. And like I said, carrier, audio, asymmetry. I've already ran a tone through it, pretty much got stuff preset. right where it is right there. Should be real close. You might have to do a little adjustments when you get it at home, but should be real close. I don't know how well anybody can really see my meter. And this thing's pretty amazing. I know what John told me on the phone, and the peak numbers are there, but I'm kind of very impressed a little bit with the RMS. Now, I got a 50-watt slug in here, so we got about a 1-watt dead key. Oh, yeah. Hello, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So about 3 RMS. Now, I told you, John, that I changed, and I'll talk to you on the phone about it, but I changed out your Darlington, and the reason being is because before it only gave me like a 1/4 watt of swing. Now, this is RMS peak up here, and it's very close to what John was telling me on the phone, which was 18. Audio. That's about 22, actually, because we're on a 100-watt scale, so we're going to be looking at the 2 as 20. Oh, yeah. But this is a dual final radio, so I would expect it to do a little bit more. Let's see before my batteries jump out of here. Oh, yeah. Break, break, break. So 28. Not bad. Now, you can run this a little hot, and all you got to do is just kind of adjust the gains up a little bit. Still sound good. Oh, yeah. 1, 1, 1, 1. And as you see, I get a little bit more out of it. So the more you go, the more you get. You know, it's kind of one of those things, but you're definitely going to want to have a scope in line. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. I mean, I had this sucker cranking out like 10 burn earlier, but she was really nasty on the scope. I mean, let's look at it. 1, 2, 3. Break, break, break. Hello, radio. 1, 2. 1, 2. And that's 300% modulation right there, man. I mean, that's me getting things cranked up a little bit in here. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Hello, break, break, break. Hello, radio. And I don't know if y'all can really hear through the 959 up over there. And that's not even hi-fi modded. And I don't really have my settings really, you know, I just kind of threw things in line just to give a test video. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Break, break, break. There we go, right about there. 1, 2. Hello, radio. And this is just one of the programs, you know, I use for testing, but really the program I really like the most is this new one that's come out, which is Final Touch. And it has a little bit more stuff to it. Let's see if it'll even pop up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Hello, listen to that. Just a big difference right there. And that's a big difference just in the audio. 1, 2, 3. Break, break, break. And as you see, I'm starting flat top. So that means I'd have to go to the Motormouth Mall modulator and readjust it. We would readjust it because it's trying to feed back through my auto radio. But there you go, man. Hey, John. A couple different things there. And this is the Final Touch application on my iPad. We're working iPad audio. Look at the bird meter swing. We can tell it's nasty. Audio. Break, break, break. Hello. Alright, guys. We're back on the Motormouth Mall deal. Sorry about that, man. I keep running out of memory. I only have so much on the phone. Got too much music going on here. But it gave me an opportunity to readjust these things since I'm running a different operation with the Final Touch. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And as you see, it dropped the watts down some because I'm not running it so hot. And it looks a little bit better on the scope over there. 1, 2, 3. Break, break, break. Hello. 1, 2. Audio. And I mean, it still needs to be tuned out. And some of that could be my iRig. Some of it could be the volume setting on my iPad. I mean, it could be a few things. I mean, I got a docking station. I didn't even bother hooking that in line. I honestly thought I was going to have to use my little DSP-100 to push this, but I am very surprised. Thumbs up to John over at Motormouth Mall Technologies. The new modulator board is awesome. The old style, I had to run amps and stuff just to get the drive up to go into it. With this new one, man, the iPad's just doing it all. So, I mean, that's a thumbs up to me, man. Look for a phone call on that there, Mr. Motormouth Mall. But there you go, John. And switch off and just give it a second. Usually, I'll just key it up, man, to drop that power supply because it'll stay on for a minute. See, watch. I mean, it'll stay on for a good few seconds before it decides to cut. There we go. See? So just a little delay reaction there with it cutting off, and that's the switching supply itself. So, you know, if you want to hurry it up, just freaking key it up. You know, now the only other thing, and I got to talk to you about is, do you need me to make you a foot switch? So we'll get on a telephone conversation this afternoon, and I'll find out what you need. Old Stickman at the No Name Amp CB shop, man. Guys, this was a long build here. I mean, John sent this thing to me, I know 6 months ago, and I appreciate his patience and everything. Told him that this was going to be a project, finding some of the stuff to do the job. It turned out really, really nice. Nice radio. I unmodified everything in it. I'm going to put your spare parts in a box for you. Limiters back in the radio. Works awesome on sideband. Did the hi-fi mods on receive. The switch on the back, you know, everything's marked to let you know where, you know, what needs to be where. And I hope you like it, man. I really do. Old Stickman at the No Name Amp CB shop. If just something that you would like to have done, give us a shout. We'll help you out. We'll see you. Bye-bye.